don't understand that having the wrong clothes on, now you anxious around your environment. So now when you reflect on it like Prince, you gotta be like, man,
At a time like
you
that.
really have a different level of confidence. But when we talk about pioneers of going out there and literally looking crazy on a Tuesday at Kroger, but crushing it,
Right.
we talking about Dana, trend setting.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is another episode of Style Stories, and I know I say it every time. This is a very special episode, but literally, I lie to you not. This right here, him right here. This is Yazi Walker. He is a jack, but also master of so many trades. He is a cannabis educator. He is an entrepreneur. He is a renowned mixologist. He is just a thought leader. He is, but he also puts it on. I can't even come with the words to describe the levels of just expertise in so many different fields I have here next to me, and I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you so much for telling
Thank
your
you.
story.
For real, thank you so much, man. You know I love you.
I, we met many years ago at a little place formerly known as the School for Creative and Performing Arts,
Yeah.
and you're younger than me,
Mhm.
but you definitely had a huge presence, and I have watched you since just bloom into such an influential and just fabulous man, and I am just the fit today. Like I
Thank you. Shout out Nikki.
okay, come on.
Dressed up in the sky realm.
Stop it. Come on. But we're here to just talk about your origin story. What had you gone through to get you to where you are as a just leader in taste? Like we have so many questions for you, and I know you have so many stories to tell.
Um, I think let's see, I think an easy one is first my mother, she's always been a person that is her fashion has been like kind of her number one thing. And even if it was to the detriment of our relationship and her being a proper mother, uh there was always fashion in the home.
Yeah, I'm familiar with your mother, and I've seen her more than I've heard her, and
Hmm.
the looks like
Yeah.
she is also a distinct visual presence.
Hmm.
So it would be silly to think that you would be anything less.
Yeah, so it was there would be like a it was very difficult growing up because I grew up with dreads,
You sure did.
and it was in a time when it was not popular to have dreads. This is when this is before Lil Wayne,
He said a
and
trend. He did.
it's kind of dirty. This was when braids was in and waves was in.
Yes.
That's when braids and waves it was kind of that mix, but locks, hell no. So I was made fun of, and I always had a lot of attention always on me for my hair. And then going out in public all the time, and my mom dressing like this. I had to, unfortunately, at a young age, just get understand the gaze
Mm,
and understand that everybody watching you at all times, even when you don't want nobody to look at you, even when you just want to be a human being and you just want to eat like everybody else. You see all these motherfuckers talking about you, see all these motherfuckers staring at you, and it hurts. But over time, you kind of you just see, and it's not even building up a thick skin. It's a understanding actually the nature of what you're dealing with. And what you're dealing with is an actual society that is chronically ill, because the things that I'm now praised upon, I'm being an adult, of my uniqueness, of my colors that I wear, of how I stand out, was the same 20 years ago. The was just making fun of me and pointing at me and my mama walking down the motherfucking street for.
of course.
And so that's where true to me courage, from my personal courage, comes from, of not giving a is that understanding that you always gonna be talked about. People always gonna say crazy stuff about you. People gonna be disrespectful with it too. They gonna be in groups about it when they do it. They gonna go together and they gonna point and they gonna laugh at you. And that's just gonna happen. What you gonna do?
Do you remember the turning point when it went from being like painful to not so just,
Nah,
you
it's
know,
still painful as I speak about it.
still?
It's a, it's something that why I critique society so often is because a lot of it's why I like to do so much self-reflection and be very accountable for I ain't been this my whole life. I used to be downright terrible sack of shit, and I totally was not. I didn't accept that. I just simply did not accept that. And so if you don't accept that, then you have to ask yourself, why am I like this? Why am I doing these things? And my person when I started going through that, I was like, damn, I'm hurt because my whole life I
Mm.
have been actually real life outcasted, real life ostracized. When I go to school, all of my peers, none of them went to my house specifically because I grew up in a one bedroom apartment and I was very embarrassed.
Oh,
So don't ain't nobody know me. Nobody knew me. I got to be this active character. And so that's why like performing arts was kind of cool for me because I got to in all that pain, I got to be like, oh, well, hmm, this what y'all like. That's what y'all like. That's what y'all like. And then I got to see how to actually kind of be up and manipulate people off of what they wanted to see from me.
so you were able to observe the likes and dislikes of others and kind of morph your image into something a little more palatable?
Absolutely, aka conforming. And that's where I kind of found myself definitely through like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I say real talk to about 26, 27. When I look at all my styles and stuff, the only style that I said I was gonna start in 2011, I got my first pair of overalls, and I said I'm finna make overalls popping. Overalls finna start get popping after I wear them. They started getting popping after I started wearing them.
Is that right?
That's my one fashion thing in 2011, and I started. All right, I'm taking full credit for that. I, I am the overall one. But it's funny because I was even wearing overalls, and at that time I wasn't even doing any like farm or gardening work. So
Oh, no,
it was
Ernie.
almost like I was kind of like planting my own seeds for my future.
Come on,
And
foreshadowing.
yeah, I was like, I was already kind of telling my own tale a little bit, just with my fashion. And so even in that, my most heartbreaking moment of fashion was when I was doing a whole lot of stealing when I was 18 years old, and I wasn't known as a very good person because, in full honesty, I didn't understand what decency of a person meant.
Mm.
I didn't understand like the value that people had in my life. I did truly didn't understand that. I saw that, oh, I need this, I need this, I need that because my needs have never been met. So I just see thing, I get thing. But what if that thing is your friend's thing?
Right.
You just took your friend's thing. You just stole your friend. And so that's what I found myself consistently being in places of me stealing my loved one's thing. And then wondering why, damn, why is nobody with me? So one time there is this dude, his name's Griffin. I don't with him at all. And he was my shout out Mickey. Mickey Chum Tong Lee, brother. And we were staying at this house and he invited him from Austin. He was in town for a couple of days or something.
Hmm.
And I hated him. I met him for the first time when I was 14 years old. We 18 now. The first time I met him, he shot me in the stomach with an airsoft gun. I hated this.
Oh, this story has layers.
Oh yeah, I hated this. So he comes, blah blah. He comes flexing. He got half a pound of weed. I'm like, He gets blacked the out drunk one night, and he's all throwing up. And so while he's throwing up, I go and I take 2 ounces. And then I go up to the park and I hit up a girl. I got some weed. I'm about to go flex. This is all I got. I'm a hobo sapien. I got that weed. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. What's up?
This is courtship.
Yeah, here's my courtship. Here's my intimacy. And didn't work. Just ended up giving just get I was a lick quarter for the free ball. Yep,
Mm.
that's what happened.
Okay.
And then Mickey called me and he said, "Hey, brother, no, you took his weed. You got to come back now." And I was like, "I didn't take it." Yeah, that kid that not understanding the actual repercussions of what the I had just did. Just took a grown man's half a pound or 2 ounces of his weed. Ooh, that will get you killed. That will literally get you killed. My brain just thinking, oh, I I'm literally I'm playing dumb because I am dumb.
Had you not had any consequences to any of these actions up until this point?
Up until that point, nope.
Okay.
I had been ducking scot free up until that point, except me and this has actually ruined one of my greatest relationships. We actually have been able to build like slowly as adults, which has been very nice. But we kind of broke each other's trust in our own ways. But there was this New Year's Eve, and I had stole a half ounce from my brother Eris on New
Mm.
Year's Eve. I rolled up 6 blunts. I rolled up 10 of the mother grams, left another gram, and I stole 2 grams, all to lie and say I didn't steal none of it, and completely just dissolve all of that relationship for all that that family has done for me. That they opened their little doors to me, and they let me sleep on their grandma's couch, and I, even though I like you could tell I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, I needed the weed because I was up. But why didn't I use my words? Why not use my mouth? Right?
I mean, you
Because
know better when you do better.
I was scared in those moments. And in all of those losses, in when I went back to the other story, the biggest losses,
Hmm.
when I was in the park, I had to make a decision to leave all of my there. I'm talking about all my belongings, all of them.
So were you living with?
Yeah, so I was at this time I was unhoused, so
Okay.
I was going from couch to couch. So this was a transition. I was living at this heroin house up in Riddle Road
Okay.
for about a year. Me and Mickey, it was a crazy, terrible experience. Got staph infection from that mother house. It was crazy. Highly recommend. Don't go to a heroin house. It's not fun. And I had to make the actually I had one pack hidden in their basement, like a just in case pack that I actually went back for. And that was my only clothes that I had left because I had left all my clothes there because I didn't want to face the repercussions of stealing that weed. I didn't want to get my ass beat.
So you obviously lived to tell the story. What happened?
He went back to Austin. And then this other dude, he thought I stole this weed from him. It turned into this whole thing to where I was like, well, I didn't take your weed. I promise I didn't take your weed. But it kind of don't look,
You lost all
it kind of don't
credibility.
look like the guy that can be trusted.
Hmm.
But that's why time is great because as time has passed, that dude that tried to put me stealing that, oh, he's still a crazy thief.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still not, and he's also 6 years older than I am.
Oh,
So it's kind of like a lot of weird praying in that situation of like elders in that situation that just it was very weird. And in that I had all my shoes from high school. I don't know if you remember. I
you,
had
yeah, you used to stab. I do
I'm
recall.
talking that one type that like
Used to is crazy.
put in a
You
museum.
still
I'm
do,
talking
but
they was like when sneakers were sneakers. I had those. When I had the first 3 pairs of Supras, I had the purple sky top joints, the camo sky top joints. I had the Cuban Supras. It was such a time. All my clothes, my hoodies, it's at least $3,000-4,000 of accumulated clothes from when I first started lifeguarding. Because that's when I first started getting money to be able to actually have my mother style that I wanted to have.
I was just about to ask.
That was how lifeguard. Shout out CRC. Them lifeguarding checks. I save up every one of them checks. I'm going on Karmaloop 2 weeks before
Mhm.
mother school, and I am cashing out. I'm getting 8 new wardrobes every 2 weeks before school. I'm spending literally $2,000 every single time before school. All of them clothes, all them shoes.
You had to abandon because you didn't want to face the actions of that evening.
And so I had my swag started from scratch.
So how did you rebuild after that?
I will give my partner Hannah. the number one credit in this because Hannah has given me what most human beings in life do not get to get, and that's unconditional love to be able to just be better.
So she was helping to cultivate you even back in those days.
Yeah, so like it was crazy because I kept on telling her like she didn't really believe me because like she remembered me from high school, but I trying to tell her like, yo, I am a not like
Mhm.
like
Tell a high school girl.
I am a
Like,
I am not I don't have I foreseeably in the future will never have.
like a challenge.
Hey, I'll let her tell that story, but I'm not gonna tell her business about what she allowed and my disgustingness. Where I'm like, girl, if you were to accept like like somebody like me, how I was then today, oh, there's no way I would look at you twice.
Oh no. Shout out to Hannah
Shout out him,
for
no, shout
her
out him
for her kind heart.
because she's given me the space to be a child. She's giving me the space to learn. She's giving me the space to love. She's giving me the space to be myself. She's giving me the space to literally uh just actually just have the access to like a peace of mind when I she was the reason that she was the main contributing factor to me stopping drinking because my whole thing was I was like bartender, like what
Right.
am I gonna do? And she was like, well, we're not struggling for money. I'll hold it down. I just like little things like that is just like these are the things that have constantly put me in the position to actively be myself is that I would not be able to be so free moving in this world. I would not be able to be so thoughtful if it wasn't for the literal every single day household that Hannah gives to me.
Real love and nurturing. I feel like
Hmm.
that's what we all need. But for you to have found that at a time where you felt so undeserving, that is even more
Something I
special.
knew about Hannah, I was like, I just know I ain't gonna f this up because I even told it was super funny. I was with Eris. We was just driving through Bond Hill one day, just randomly, and this was like probably like a year before like me and Hannah like reconnected. And I was like, man, if Hannah ever came back in my life, man, I swear I wouldn't f at that time.
Oh, you
And
spoke
hey, the
it.
universe was like, what you gonna do?
You spoke it.
Hey. And so like even like particularly like with my fashion now, it's like I will give her a lot of credit because her style is more like this cool, like refined, rustic. I would say like hints of like gothic and like Byzantine style with
Hmm.
like also like a little bit like a whimsy because you know she's like
She
an
is,
incredible visual artist,
for sure.
and so I it's been easily to just be inspired kind of like by her character. And so like seeing her character, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna go off of kind of a little of what I'm feeling from you today, and that's gonna inspire what I throw on today.
Well,
And
speaking of inspiration, do you recall any of your first inspirations? Like,
Lenny
let's
Kravitz.
take it all the way. Stop. Really?
I wanted to be Lenny Kravitz. I wanted to be Lenny Kravitz. He was biracial man.
It tracks.
I was like, I can look like that. I'm gonna be Lenny. I wanted to be Lenny Kravitz. That was my first. And as I grow up, I'm like, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, it's still fashion icon.
For sure. So even back then, how far did you take it with the Lenny inspo? Like, did you?
The farthest I took it was, and then I turned conformist. Seventh grade, I painted my pinky and my thumbs
Oh,
black.
now that was trailblazing. I feel like the kids do that now, and they don't bat an eye. But at that time,
Oh, I got called all the F words. Oh. When you go to a school too, no, it wasn't none of that. It wasn't none of that. So that lasted about 2 weeks, and then I was like, I can't. It's not worth it anymore.
hanging in there for 2 weeks,
Yeah,
that's major.
yeah.
Like,
I literally only hung in there because I didn't know what nail polish remover was.
I love it.
If I would have known what nail polish remover was, it would have been gone.
Well, I mean, Lenny is that feels
Oh,
so. What are more?
my also like My mom being a major one. Dana Hamlin.
Okay.
Dana Hamlin, to me, is one of the pioneers of just what we understand of indie culture in general.
Okay.
So this is a woman, um, original member of this band called Fairmount Girls.
Okay. Educate me because
Yeah,
I have no clue.
she is she's in this group called Culture Queer. These are two of the most like historic Cincinnati bands of all time. One of them's kind of more like, like Blue Rocky. The other is like some like indie rock,
Okay.
and it's super. All of it is amazing. When you see their music videos from 15, 20 years ago, you're like, wait, what? Huh? These people also worked at this place called Lightborn.
Mm-hmm.
Lightborn was a place that MTV often would do most of their commercials at.
Really?
Lightborn was right around the corner from Performing Arts.
Stop. I
Yes.
had no idea.
Dana was the literal receptionist forever at Lightborn. So she was always constantly in the mix of seeing, ooh, okay, that's cool, that's cool. And then also, she had this spot called Chicken Lays an Egg. Chicken lays an
Oh,
egg. Yeah, you know rap.
yes, I
Yeah, I'm bringing it
do.
back. Yeah,
Oh.
chicken. She was the owner of Chicken Lays an Egg. So she made all these little thrift store mother. Now, me included, we all her babies. We all are Dana Hamblin's babies. She is just truly the epitome of humble. That she just does it because she is that for real.
Mm.
But when we talk about pioneers of going out there and literally looking crazy on a Tuesday at Kroger, but crushing it,
Right.
we talking about Dana, trend setting at every moment. That is somebody who has always inspired me to just like kind of just push it a little bit more, and that I've respected as being kind of one of the biggest influences to indie art the past 20 years because of how her integral her role is in with a lot of those indie artists.
Mm.
So like when you see like Wes Anderson films, right? Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I see some of that, I'm like, dude, they they interacted with some of Danish from like 15 years ago. Come on, like it really is like that. So I want to shout out Dana Hamlin. That is a Cincinnati great, actual indie pioneer, just fashion icon. And she work at what you call the Sign Factory now.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
Dana is the goat.
Shout out to
Real.
Dana. So you have like so much lore that I can't even wrap my mind around it in terms of like the tastemakers and the historical figures that kind of brought modern Cincinnati drip to the forefront of what it is today. But I want to get back to you. You have lived such a colorful and storied life. I know you faced obstacles that you've already discussed, but was there anything like style wise in particular that helped you to develop your style in
Skateboarding.
come on. How
Skateboarding.
could I forget
Skateboarding.
that's kind of what drew my eye to you like in the past too, because like I didn't know much about skate culture, but I always admired the look.
Yeah.
And I remember you
Same. That's why I wanted to be a skater. I thought them
really.
niggas look cool as hell. So I was like, I want to do that. I want to look cool.
How'd
But
you get into that?
so growing up in Clifton Gaslight, at that time was like I it was like truly the best time you could have ever grown up in Clifton Gaslight at my age, because I had peers literally my exact age
Yeah.
who all also wanted to skate. So it was like 10 to 15 of us in the neighborhood, and we was all just causing wreaking havoc, skating through Clifton Gaslight
Mhm.
for just we started what? It's like 12 years old. And that's when I started skateboarding, and how I started skating because I rode my scooter up. I used to live on 530 West Martin Luther King Street.
Mm.
That address don't exist no more. It's been destroyed. One of my first apartments is no longer there. Childhood memories crushed.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I
Horrible.
would do, I had to go down Whitfield Hill. Whitfield Hill is a hill. It is steep, steep hill. You hear me? So I would go down my scooter as fast as I could, so I could try to get up. Fam, as soon as I got up to Ludlow at PNC Bank, that was one of the skate spots.
Mhm.
One
Ooh.
day I got my helmet on, I got my pads on, because my mom made me wear my elbow pads, right? I'm riding my scooter. All the people that would be my future friends all started busting out getting weak at me
Oh.
because they were skateboarding. And I was on a scooter with the helmet, with elbow pads and knee pads, looking crazy. See, this is the thing. That is a proper bully. I that is a bullying that changed my life for the better. That's a bullying that made me literally. I went home and I ain't never pick up that razor scooter. I said I went and got that skateboard and I started learning how to skateboard immediately. That is the thing where it's very complicated when you have been bullied to when if you're gonna be real about certain times of the bully, certain bullying did get you off the. It is a very weird little like middle ground of like I don't know how to explain it, but
Sometimes it's necessary.
it's sometimes it is necessary. And so that's skate culture has always been something that I've loved, especially like my mom has been super encapsulated in hip hop culture. So like b-boying and like graffiti culture and like just then like just bringing in the skateboard and it's like when I saw that how they would put the music to like the skate tricks and how they would
Mm-hmm.
like land to them and then like even like shout out Misty is one of my first babysitters when I was like I think I was like 7 8 years old. She gave me these Levi's. I still got them, right?
Oh.
And so I wore these Levi's and I rolled them up like 8 times
Uh-huh.
because they was like 32s.
And you were not.
I'm 7. You know what I did though? I took shoestrings
Okay.
and I tied them and I put on my t-shirt and I had on these huge ass pants because Misty gave me them pants. Not because I wanted to look like a skater, not because I wanted to wear these big pants. I was super happy that my babysitter gave me these pants and I wanted to wear them and I couldn't wait to show the world what Misty had she had gifted to me. And I still have those jeans to this day. They cutoffs now, but I still have those Levi's to this day.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
so those are like a one that have, those were at my mom's house. And so like when I was, those are like one of there was like some clothes I didn't take with me, like
Mm-hmm.
on my travels, my unhoused travels that kind of just like
They're still preserved.
yeah, preserved pieces that like I scooped them up immediately. Like, hold on,
Ah,
give me those.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, as you began your journey into being a skater, how did you notice your style evolve? Or did you even notice?
It was a like being honest. I feel like I was like kind of a maniac. All my was intentional. It's like even like with my dreads, like in 7th and 8th grade, I really was like with the emo. And so like I was more with the emo side of skating. So like, when I'm skating, I'm moving my dreads like that, right? You know what I'm talking about? Because
I pictured it.
them white boys with the hair, they do that,
Yes,
right? Right? And so what I do with the dread while I'm skating,
of course.
right?
Of course.
So it was all literally, I was doing literally on purpose to see how it worked out. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm so happy I got to work that out at them ages because when you do get to work that out, it kind of just becomes your normal habits. And so that's when like I'd be thinking I'd be awkward sometimes. And I'm like, oh no, I've actually practiced how to be smooth on
Mm.
purpose.
I mean, very few of us, I feel like, have it naturally. So just giving yourself
You
that
gotta
space to
practice. Oh,
practice.
I'm a spaz, so it's something that is like it's a constant practice. This ain't it's not a bike. If I'm not constantly like keeping it in check, it's
Mm.
be like, man, I'm just number woman.
But honestly, it's such a gift. I feel like
Think.
as long as you find that community of folks, and we were speaking about community off camera,
Mhm.
but as long as you find your environment, your ecosystem for you to continue to thrive in your too muchness, you're
Yeah.
giving us so much inspo and you're giving us so much to look at and take in.
Thank
So
you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So
Oh, DGK Dirty Ghetto Kids. Um,
tell me more.
DGK Dirty Ghetto Kids is Stevie Williams skateboarding company that he started out of Philadelphia.
Okay.
And
It sounded faintly
and
familiar to
and
me.
and there was this hat, and I had it when I was in 10th grade, and I was that because it said I, and then it had a heart. It was like a eye, like an eyeball,
Mm-hmm.
eye with a heart. Haters. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. That was the DGK. DGK started the I Heart Haters. And I've loved DGK so much because they are the ones to me that like kind of stamped the blackness
Mm-hmm.
into skate culture, that like you could not move around, that skate culture has been deeply, deeply influenced by black people.
And to
And
keep it
so
real with you, I don't know that I ever saw anybody black skating before I saw you.
the homie, the
I,
one that inspired me at performing arts,
yeah.
Robbie H. Bomb Jr. Ferguson. Yeah, Robbie Ferguson. He is that dude. I love Robbie. I ain't seen him about 10, 15 years though,
I'm
but
like, you just
I,
unlocked the memory because
I
I'm like,
love him. But yeah, also generational. His dad is literally H Bomb, famous, legendary blues musician from Cincinnati. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Robbie was the first one, and I also Robbie was he's 3 years older than me, so like he was one of my direct real life inspirations of somebody that I could be, because I was like, damn, that's an attractive light skin. Damn, I think I might be able to look like that when I get a little taller. So like that was kind of a direct inspiration too, and I can definitely say I got a little bit of his swag. Tried to copy a little swag when I was in high school, definitely. So shout out Robbie too. Yeah,
shout out to
that
Robbie.
that's I remember. Like I really am an accumulation. I just remember like loving so many of just like what so many people like did. Like she I ain't really with her, but there was this girl named was Courtney Price, and she always wore the
Mm,
craziest assortments
she was in,
of wrist. And I ain't gonna lie, now when I be putting on braces and stuff, I'm like, I need more. I needed to look like
you want to build that
I
stack.
needed to look like Courtney Price and when I was 12 years old. And so there's literally like I have all the like I don't know why my memory is like this, but like that's why it's hard for me to take credit for like any of my personal style, because like it's not mine. It's like it is a piece of everything that I have like taken into the world, and then I have been like, oh, I think that's a cool representation of that. I think that's a cool representation of that.
I think that's exactly what it is for
Mhm.
all of us. And it is through your lens, but it's also in your pressure cooker.
Yeah,
So the flavor
yeah.
is never going to be duplicated because you're coming with so many different experiences that allowed you to make those selections. It's yours. It
I
is.
like that you said that, because that's true. So it's like wearing overalls and wearing overalls are two different things.
Say more.
So like when I used to like wear overalls for nothing but swag, you don't you don't move in them properly.
Okay.
When you work in overalls, you move in them different. And so when you then wear overalls and they're nice overalls, but then like you wear them like you're actually wearing overalls for the reason to wear overalls,
Okay.
which is to protect your clothing from doing strenuous work. That's the whole reason for overalls, is to protect your clothes, so when you go home, you're not going home a dirty mess. You take off your overalls and you clean them off. That's what they was
Overall.
there for the whole time. They are protective covering for your good clothes. So there's an actual tradition and a way to wear them. So when I like actually get to experience, and a lot of like, for instance, like I know a lot of white boys from prison when I worked at Northside Yacht Club, and I know a lot of vets, right? And so like, there's a way to wear a leather jacket.
Okay.
Can't just put on a leather jacket. Like people like you think you can just put on clothes and then like just like kind of just like step out. When you see a person who's obviously in some crazy biker gang,
Mm-hmm.
and you see how they're wearing that jacket, you see how they're moving, you even see the spaces where it's stressed because of the actual movements.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I see someone and they just have on a leather jacket, that is the disconnect to me.
Okay.
It is the a lot of to me fashion nowadays, it is everything is poser culture. because there's no actual embodiment of living what do these clothes mean? Clothes don't mean shit. So like it meant something to be punk, right? At that time, what it meant to be punk was at that time, it was a whole bunch of boomer parents who was on some clean cut. Their kids wasn't on that, so they started spiking their hair up and doing
Mhm.
mohawks and stuff just to say you to your parents.
I
That
think what's interesting about right now is that there's so much access to all of these archival moments, and that the younger folks coming up after us don't have the privilege of experiencing subcultures. Like, unless you're in a major city or you're really tapped into those subcultures, everything just feels like a costume, or like
literally,
this is popping this season. I'm gonna, you know, but
yes,
I feel like you came from a place and time where you could experience several different subcultures. So I think you making those selections is even more extra special because you've seen what it takes to, live in those subcultures. So yeah, that makes it even more
like
layered.
understanding like now like it takes a certain type of to wear ass chaps.
It's true.
It so now when you reflect on it like Prince, you got to be like, man,
At a time like
you
that,
really have a different level of confidence
yes.
because I'm not gonna hold you. I don't have the confidence to wear the leather chaps on mine.
Not
I
yet.
ain't gonna hold you.
Not yet.
I ain't gonna hold you. I got the crop in. I got my abs this summer, and I was rocking
Okay.
that crop this summer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always advocate for that. I love to see that.
Yeah,
So
I was doing my little push up, so I wasn't looking frail.
we appreciate it.
Being a grown man, if you wearing a crop top and you don't have any type of muscles, looks crazy.
You
I'm sorry, it's they no, no, no. It's not form fitting. It's not form fitting for you, sir.
Hey, you gotta really step into that if you're gonna make that choice. So I'm glad you did. And maybe we'll see that next year on the rest of the folks.
Nah, so my next thing is I'm draping.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember in high school, I used to wear very tight clothes.
I feel like a lot of well,
I was one of the first people to be called gay because I used to wear jeans that were super tight because I skateboarded.
you were a step
I
ahead.
skateboarded. I
And the
skateboarded.
skaters did that.
And that's all we just wore tight jeans. And so I I've never put on a pair of tight jeans again in my life. That was crazy that I actually was trying to tell people that I wasn't uncomfortable. It's a lie. It's a lie. In retrospect, yo, man, them pants so uncomfortable. When I see these purple denim jeans for $400, and I'm actually like, when you get to a little seamstress and sewing, you look at stuff different. You look at the
Mhm.
knees, you look at the hips, and you look at them like, even if they stretch them hurt.
Would you have the lines of like compression when you would get out of your jeans at the end of the day? Like, were they tight to that point?
Listen.
Or
So I used to wear the old navy canvas almost boxers, not
okay.
the like the loose boxers.
Uh-huh.
When you are a sweaty 17-year-old and you wearing PacSun skinny jeans for the 1999 on sale rack, yo, those ride up for a wedgie that literally will make Satan scream. I'm talking to Chase. You look out here looking crazy at the bus stop because every step is riding right back up. It was the decisions of uncomfort that I was making and lying to folks about it. My nuts were very stuffy, very stuffy. They could not breathe. Y'all was absolutely right. Hurt. It did hurt.
But you risked it all
I
for
did.
the
I
look.
did for the
You did
love.
it for the
For the
look. So what pivoted you away from
straight up comfort. I realize I am a real Taurus. If I'm not comfortable, I'm not content. If I'm not content, I'm gonna be a moody. I don't want to be a moody because it's not up for anybody else to deal with that, as they didn't contribute to it. So why should at any point they have to deal with any of my nonsense? So what do I need to do to get myself together? Make sure that at least my clothes are comfortable, so I'm not. People don't understand that having the wrong clothes on. Now you anxious around your environment,
Yeah,
and now you're not understanding why you're not able to have as much connectivity because you uncomfortable.
literally.
You're just uncomfortable.
A word, a considerate king. But yes, I've had this same conversation because if I'm preparing to do something and go somewhere and I hate my fit, like I can't have a good time. Like
No,
I simply cannot.
no,
And some people are like, ah, just push through, who cares? But I'm like, I can't. I
no.
can't.
Seriously,
So
like I would rather just not go.
say that.
I have really beautiful cats, and I have a really beautiful partner at home who also be like, hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. It ain't hit midnight. It's just can't. No. But unfortunately, in our household, I am the fashion uh coordinator.
Okay.
I always get Hannah's outfits together.
Oh, she
She's like
lets you
it
curate.
ain't no let it's a I need you to.
Oh, how nice.
It's a yeah, see, I really can't I can't really think. I'm like, what's the thing? What you going for? How slutty we going? All right, I got you.
Lead into
That's
each
all the
other's strengths.
that's all the questions I need, and then boom, there you go. It's like, damn, that was great. I'm like, yeah, no, this is what you asked for. It's pretty easy.
We are styling as well.
Yeah, oh
Love that.
yeah.
Well, is there a piece that haunts you that you let get away? I know you've had several phases of wardrobe.
Yes.
What?
All right, so my personal favorite designer in the entire world is Michelangelo out of Indianapolis.
Okay.
Um, wow. I mean, he says he's an upcycle designer, but like I feel like that's like we got to figure out some new superlatives because it's like how he does upcycling. It is there's like a touch of luxury to it that like it's hard to explain until you put it on your body.
Mm,
It's like it's no way this is reused because like when it touches your skin, you feel royal. It's incredible. And he had these pants, and I got a pair. Still, I got like they my genes that I'm going to pass down to my children, and my children will pass down to their children's children, and they will be lineage genes. They like that. They are. Like it's hard to explain, but they have these like really cool, like just thick, like pink patchwork things all throughout them. They're these like really, really hardy Levi's. But the original ones, I bought the prototypes of them. I
okay.
bought the original because I saw them, and I was the first person to like, no, how much? How much is it? Because it was over the pandemic, and I was like, oh, I came up a little bit. How much? 800. Sent it immediately. He was like, oh shit, bet. So I got him. I wore him for like 2, 3 months, and he had a strange request.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, brother, I know this is a strange request, but I accidentally sold you the jeans that I was supposed to give to this Korean company for their advertisements.
Um,
And I know it's okay if you say no, I totally get it. I'll figure it out. But if if I'll come pick them up, like if I could get them and they'll be back to you like legit 2 months most.
also, it wasn't a permanent.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I rock with you. Hell yeah. I'm a very good judge of character, and like I knew this man trustworthy. He's like I looked in his
Mm.
eyes, right? And so 2 months go by. He's like, brother, I'm sorry. He sent me the email from this company. They running him through the ringer, right?
Oh no.
And so, do you know what this mother man does? He goes and he makes me a custom pair. These jeans are not easy to make. I'm talking at least 50, 60 hours
Wow.
of work at the least. And he made me a pair, and he drove from Indianapolis all the way to Cincinnati, and he dropped them off and he put them in my hands.
The luxury and the customer service. Like,
And
I-
that's why I love them jeans. They gonna be passed down. But he then, like 6 months later, finally that company sent them back, right?
oh, okay.
So then they was available to sell. And then I was just playing too long. I was playing too long.
So you
Cause like
wanted your
easily,
originals.
all I had to do was just send them a little quick 200, 300. Just be like, hey, I don't have it all right now, but I will put these on layaway. I will give you 200, 300. And like we have a good rapport.
Yeah.
That easily could have done that. I'm out here playing games. Sold. I wanted the originals
Right.
and I wanted the handmaids just so I could complete the tale. But that's the piece where I'm like, them jeans, the jeans, them got away.
That is epic.
Them is the jeans, my Michelangelo jeans.
Wow. Shout out to Michael.
Yeah.
The service.
Yeah.
Come
No,
on.
absolutely just. If you in South Dakota and there's an error, give him 2 days, he'll got her. He's about that action. It's fantastic work.
Okay. We could do this all day long. Like, but we don't have all day. I understand. But can you just tell me what would be the secret to achieving your level of style? What would you say?
I was instantly just about to say $1 million, but that's not it. What I need is to be seen as someone who is a resource to someone who creates clothes or fabrics or materials. I want to build relationships with those people. And then we barter on nutrition and sustenance for life for draping on my body. That is that's my actual ideal of what I'm working to now. I'm trying to work towards I I do feel very highly of myself. And in that I feel like I should be spending $0 on clothing because I am that. I feel like people should be being like, I want you to wear my clothing because I would love to see you in my things. And so I need to start carrying myself more in that manner. And so in that manner, what do I have to offer though? Just being that don't mean nothing. I would like to be like, hey, I know this is a $1,000 jacket. How about I get you 100 pounds of potatoes, 100 pounds of carrots, 50 pounds of spinach? What does that sound like to you? That's my ideal goal of how to get my fashion off for the foreseeable future.
Okay. And it doesn't feel unreasonable. I feel like you are technically an influencer. Although the phrase is burnt to the ground, you are an
Like
influencer.
Nick Saleh Bembry, right? People be asking him questions on his Instagram and they're like, "Oh, how do you model for you?" And it's simple. He just be kicking it with his friends, or not, it's not might not even be his friend. He might just have met somebody who was super cool. It's like, "Hey, what are you doing right now? You got you got time to shoot a commercial?" And it literally is just that. That I want to be one of those people. I want to be one of those people to want to be interacted with by those individuals. And so I really believe if I just continue my path and actually also not coming from a place of of just what can I take because I hate that. It is I am coming from a place of I always have offerings. These are offerings that you're willing to accept.
That doesn't feel unreasonable,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. And I feel like you'll get much further that way. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it being too far fetched. Like,
And it's also a way that I can slowly, without preaching, how we do good and better business amongst each other.
yeah.
Because that's the actual problem.
But leading by example, definitely that can remedy it for sure. But I can't ask everything I need to ask you, but can you tell me what style advice do you have for the people who are definitely watching you?
I don't even know for real. Like, you just gotta like be yourself. And it sounds so cliche and lame, but like the reality is like before you can even have a style identity, you have to have an identity of human being.
Mm,
So like I can't even give no style advice first because most people they don't even know who they looking at in the mirror. And so they just putting on clothes. I don't just put clothes on. I am literally embodying parts of my life that have made significant impacts to make me the person that I am today. That's why these colors pop out more. So my only advice is to figure out who you is. And once you actually like figure out who you is, your drapings just kind of naturally come. It's like not really a thought. It's like my best friend Val, like
Shout out to
she's a great
Val.
example. Like her style is super cool. She dresses like honestly like a badass like biker chick. But
But she's always
also
had.
she dresses like she works at a fine dining restaurant. Like she be putting on dresses and like so that is like a cool like dichotomy of like
Hmm.
that's who she is.
Yes.
She and she classy at the same time. So she's a person that doesn't have to like, she ain't gotta like think about it too hard. She sees that and she's like, oh, I know who I am. That's gonna help me be a better me. It's gonna literally help me be out there like that. So if literally it's you can you can buy all the swag, but you still can be the corniest, lamest. No, not lame. That is actually bad. That's ableist. Don't say lame no more. Shout out Jen Sullivan real quick. I learned that that's not cool. It actually goes back to some racist, not just racist, but like ableist to like mental retardation and stuff, and
Mm.
mental disabilities. We gotta not use that word. Um, Terrible looking. You just look absolutely terrible just putting clothes on. Not everybody is MC Hammer. Only reason MC Hammer can wear hammer pants is because that is MC Hammer. He can do that. Because when you see him, you're like, hey, he looked like he should be in the pants.
He had a purpose.
But let you put those pants on, you gonna look crazy. You gonna look crazy. Because that's just not you. You might look good in just, a t-shirt and some regular slacks and I don't know, some Vans. That's a great outfit right there for the average person right there. But we get to see all these people cosplaying thrift store junkies. I don't even know what be going on. I really don't know. I'm so up of what I see on the daily basis of just like style. I'm like, this is what my mama warned me of. My mama warned me of this. She warned me of this. She warned me when they started making remakes of stuff in her childhood, of her childhood. That's when she said it was cooked. And I was like, no, because I'm a kid, right?
But now it's
My
happening to
mama,
us.
because now they're making remakes of the remakes that was a remake of they stuff.
Yep.
The dilution level is nasty.
That is the word. A lot of style is diluted.
It's just diluted.
Yeah.
So the more you just be yourself, the less dilution, the more I just don't do trendy shit. I was a hype beast for several years because thought that sometimes you think wearing certain clothes and wearing certain shoes. I used to do this. I used to be a lame who you just used to buy sneakers just so I can literally be in like clubs of people because they'd be like, oh, he got them sneakers on. Oh, let's talk to him. Like it's like some like it's like Rolexes. If you're not familiar with Rolexes, Rolex it's not just a money thing. There's levels to it. If you have a Rolex on and another person sees you, you're in a club. You go and you talk to another person. He's like, oh, you are in a actual club of people that's on a waiting list,
Mhm.
years and years and years long. It's a status thing.
For sure.
If you really want to be that in fashion, be yourself.
A word. Well, Yazi, please tell the people where they can see more of you, these looks, all of your projects, all of your philanthropy, everything you're working on, all of who
Well,
you are.
I have a podcast on YouTube
Hey.
called The Wonderful World of Yazi. I got some episodes up on Spotify. I'm about to take those down though and transfer them over to Apple Music and Tidal. Um, if people don't know why, it's Zionist. So I also have on YouTube. It's called, what is my YouTube page? Yazi Wild 1313. Yazi Wild 1313 on YouTube. I got a whole bunch of fun stuff on there too. If you like fun stuff, go watch the video of me and my homeboy Swooty Mac going down to this Taylor Swift concert and harassing folks. Make sure you go watch that. That's a real good one. And peep that artsy fartsy. I curated this really cool artistic event that kind of to me set a cool standard of how a lot of artistic things are going in the city now. And I will never take credit for no shit like that because I was inspired by the who already saw done that. But it's just like I like to be recognized by people like you because I recognize you as an actual like taste connoisseurs, actually knows quality. And
Thank you.
especially like knowing what you came from fashion is like you know it so well because you've come from so many different fashions. You really do understand it on like an actual inherent level. You know what makes something goth. Not black lipstick and black nail polish don't make something goth, does it?
I've been there.
You know how to actually make it spooky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you're someone who I really tremendously respect, and so like for you to see me, I'm like this. See me? Come on,
Of
now,
course.
I'm doing it,
I
man.
can't
Let's go.
not.
So I appreciate you so much for real for seeing me.
It's such a privilege to be able to see you. And thank you so much for being here today.
Much love.
Everybody, this was Yazi's Style Story.
Beep, beep, beep.
Thank you for watching.